Welcome back to another Fashion Challenge Minisode. My name's Lee and I'm the host, and I want to talk about 3 Hugo Award nominations from the shows that I have discussed on this podcast. So it's Aqua All Long's Death's Hand in Mine, which is written by Jack Schaefer. Doctor Who's got 2 nominations, both by Russell T Davies, his 2 experimental episodes, 70 Yards and Dot on Bubble. I'm going to discuss each individually and then I'll say who is my personal favourite. So it's a bit of fun, let's get started. Death's Hand in Mine is an episode from Aqua All Long. It's iconic, Pilot performance is iconic. I'm glad to see it get recognised, as this is one of my personal favourite episodes and a standout episode. Definitely my personal favourite of the series. Lilia is centre stage. We see her have all these visions that all come together, and she ends up sacrificing herself for us to get time to reach the end of the world. And she takes out the same sun in one of the most iconic scenes. I will let my favourite review do the talking, because it's such a legendary episode, and I still think that turret scene is a highlight. 70 Yards is a Millie Gibson central episode written by Russell T Davies, centered around Ruby being abandoned by an older Ruby that leads to the showdown between her and Roger Apguillian. I just don't like the whole Ruby abandonment arc. It's what drags it into last place in this era, at this moment, unfortunately. It just isn't what I want to watch. I mean, yes, I am seeing darker shows, but this is not as good as those, unfortunately. That saying, I do really appreciate the experimentation. It is risky, but it pays off. It's got its response, but the fact that it has a nomination makes me think that the judges are respecting the approach that Russell took, and good for them. It's time for those idiotic traitors from Fine Time. Oh, do we have to run down them again? Yes, we do, and it's why I love this episode. Oh, this episode has me on what I like to call Rant Central, and I will rant because I don't get the point of these characters having to go at Puro 50. I love this episode, by the way. I love it. This is a take on white supremacy. This set the standard for real life topics, which Doctor Who is obviously trying to continue this year. The Robot Revolution is one of those hits, so that's a good start. Shui Gatto's performance is so phenomenal. It wasn't comfortable to see him at that, but honestly, as a hero, I get the Doctor's desperation. Of course, these fine timers and Lindy Treyer being one going to listen. It is a dark moment because he doesn't interfere. It's okay, because their fault, not yours, Swifty, their fault. This side, this dark role for our 15th Jan. Remembering Rogue, when he thinks Ruby's gone, he goes mental about it. And when I mean mental, he goes mental. So, which is my favourite? My pick is Death's Hand in Mine. Now, they're all experimental episodes. Ain't that right, old chum? That's my old chum there. The ones for Doctor Who that were chosen weren't my favourites, but they deserve the credit and the nominations, as I said with 70 Yards. Aqua All Long brought something different and motive, and it's the most wholesome episode of this series. I will let my 5-minute reviews do the rest of the talking. If you want to give them a listen, I will put a link in the description down below. Which episode is your favourite? Comment down below, or at First22 on social media, where me and little Trusty here would love to see your comments. Thank you for listening to another minisode, and I'll see you next time. It's Bad Batch time, so get ready. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Subscribe to Phasma and Jarins and stay tuned for more podcasts.